As a domestic helper here in Singapore, it is important to have a day off, like meeting up my relatives and friends. At least I can rest and change the way of thinking and some changes of environment.
When TWC2 began 20 years ago, what was the situation like for domestic workers and their weekly days off?
So at that point in time, most domestic workers didn't have a day off. In fact, less than 1 out of 20 had a weekly day off. So we found that this was quite shocking. However, most people didn't see this as a problem.
Right from our launch, we campaigned for a weekly day off for all domestic workers, along with other organisations. Over the years, public attitudes have shifted significantly, and so have government policies. In 2013, workers' right to have a weekly day off was finally recognised, although they could still give it up in return for payment, which some employers took advantage of.
But that too has changed, hasn't it?
Yes, but it took 10 more years. Only in 2023, it has been mandated that all domestic workers must have at least 1 day off a month that cannot be given up in exchange for payment.
We're a long way off from ensuring that all workers have a weekly day off. And even when they do, it often doesn't mean a guaranteed, uninterrupted 24 hours off.
It's a well-known fact, isn't it, that migrant workers are most vulnerable in the period just after they arrive here.
That's true. Usually they come to Singapore already in debt to middlemen due to high recruitment fees. Under the burden of debt, it's hard to resist poor terms of employment. Those can include agreeing to minimal or even no days off and accepting long working hours, so that there's no clear boundary between working and rest time.
The workers fear that if they don't comply, they may be sent home still in debt. This fear forces them to endure the harsh working conditions in hopes of eventually paying off what they owe.
There needs to be a better regulation of recruitment fees and stricter enforcement against unscrupulous agents and employers. Additionally, providing stronger support systems for these workers can help ensure that they're not exploited.
As they live in with employers, there is no clear separation between work hours and private time, and they are expected to be on standby to meet the needs of employers and other family members. So this lack of rest and recreation takes a toll on their overall well-being.
You should also bear in mind that many workers experience a sense of isolation. Even if they've got employers who are easy to talk to, it doesn't completely make up for the lack of interaction with others who are in the same position. And that isolation can be very challenging.
And that's where social connections count for a lot, don't they?
I agree. A worker who gets enough rest and recreation can cope much better with her job. This is especially important for demanding tasks, such as childcare and elderly care, which are becoming increasingly important in Singapore.
Clearly regulated working hours and sufficient days off are essential steps that have to be implemented. In addition, creating support networks and opportunities for social interaction can help reduce the sense of isolation and improve their overall well-being.
How important to you is your network of friends in Singapore?
It's quite important for me because having friends in other country while I'm doing my job as a domestic helper, it's really helped me to support my mental, because having friends, I can sharing how is my feeling, and then also I can having fun with them.